Lunchtime!
Passengers were invited to make dinner reservations with the dining car attendant. We set ours for 6:30, and as the sun got lower on the horizon, we headed up to eat. Dinner includes a small salad, some bread, a main course, and a dessert. Here's the Asian noodle bowl, chicken fettuccine, and the ever-present meatballs. And to be honest, there's not a lot of difference between the three.
Well, it's time for another meatball. Just like I remember.
As we ate dinner, we passed through Ottumwa, Iowa. It's the home to actor and comedian Tom Arnold. After dinner, we headed back to Alan's bedroom to hang out a while longer. It was really great to have this space to ourselves.
That was really cool. Just caught a Swidden burn as we were traveling through Iowa, which is pretty impressive. This is one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen. I mean, no doubt about it. Traveling in Amtrak really gives you the opportunity to take in such beautiful views.
And shortly after sunset, I headed back to my own bedroom for what I hoped would be a solid night's sleep.
Tomorrow morning, I'll wake up, I guess, with an hour time difference, and hopefully even more interesting scenery. So, time for bed. See you in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Once again, this is Johnny, your attendant here in the 531.
As I slept, we passed through Nebraska. I woke up about 5:15 Mountain Time near Brush, Colorado.
That was a great night's sleep. I feel really incredibly well rested. Slept almost all the way through the night. I look forward to a beautiful day today. I understand the views are going to be incredible. Coffee should be ready in about 45 minutes. Get the day started off right.
As the sun crept up over the horizon, I decided to head over to the observation car to wait for that coffee. However, thankfully, our sleeping car attendant saw I was up early and offered to pour me a cup. I sure was grateful. Tipping room attendants is appreciated but not expected. But what do you think? What's an appropriate amount? Should you do it at the beginning or the end of a trip? Let me know below. As we made our way toward Denver, two things happened. First, we started seeing snow. And second, we headed to breakfast. Reservations were not required for breakfast. It was first come, first served, and we were first.
Breakfast of champions.
The spinach, tomato, onion, mozzarella, provolone, and Parmesan breakfast omelet was new on the menu, and I can only describe it as crunchy. We'd made it to Denver, but first had to reverse into the station. Now, this was also going to be a refueling and service stop for the train, which meant we'd be able to get off and stretch our legs.
Welcome to Denver. We've got a little bit of a longer stop here on this effort, up to an hour, I think. So I'm going to go check out the station. Let's go explore.
Acme.
Excited to be here at the Denver Union Station. Apparently the real good stuff is about to kick off. Amazing views the rest of the morning as we make up into the Rocky Mountains. And have enough time to grab a quick shot of espresso, so... Ah, man, that's good. All right, let's head back on board and get this show on the road.
Fueled by that shot of espresso, I was ready to post up in the observation car for what would turn out to be some of the most amazing views I've ever seen in my whole life.
Just take a sip, cover your lip, and enjoy your trip. We're here to help folks, but we got that policy that we need to enforce.
And with that out of the way, let's leave the city behind and climb up into the Rocky Mountains. As I think back on this trip, it's the views we encountered here on the morning of our second day that really come to mind. I've driven through the Rockies, I've flown over the Rockies, but there's something about experiencing them from the train that's just different. In almost no time after departing Denver, the show began. It's no wonder so many passengers board in Denver for a day trip through this part of the country. I gotta tell you, I'm having so much fun just reliving this as I'm editing the video. I definitely hope you'll enjoy watching it too. And if you do, maybe you consider hitting that like button. Or maybe even subscribing for more videos like this.
I did.
We encountered more tunnels than we could count. It was impossible not to think about the people who built this amazing track.
This is mind-blowing, what we're seeing out the window right here. It's almost as though it's not real because it's just so breathtaking. This has got to be the most scenic train in the United States by a mile.
At Kroger Health, our healthcare experts can provide COVID-19 boosters, vaccines, and testing. We believe in giving all Americans access to convenient healthcare. Together, we're helping to ensure that our better tomorrow begins today.
Two loads of snot-covered laundry. Only one will be sanitized.
So full, the conductor asked everyone to limit themselves to 2 hours in the observation car. And after about an hour and a half, we headed back to our rooms. The views from there were equally impressive.
There's no way around it. This is incredible. These are some of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen anywhere on the planet, let alone from a train. I've mentioned in a previous video, traveling by train through weather is a really relaxing thing. And right now there's a little bit of a snowstorm going, and it's just it's nice and comfortable to sit in here in this bedroom, kind of stretch out, have space to yourself, and drink it in. And I'm lucky enough to be able to hang out with Sean. He's over there, and we're just hanging out and enjoying a little peaceful relaxation.
The impressive views would soon be cut, though. Our conductor announced that we needed to remain where we were for the next 10 minutes or so because we were about to go through another landmark on this trip, the Moffat Tunnel.
So I was just reading up on the Moffat Tunnel, and it opened in 1928. It saved like 176 miles off of the trip between the Pacific and Denver, which was unprofitable because the snow removal efforts were so complicated. I'm going to show you now what it looks like as we're traveling through the Moffat Tunnel so that you can experience exactly what we're experiencing ourselves.
And it went on like that for another 10 minutes. We had to remain where we were because opening doors between cars while in there would have allowed noxious fumes to get in, and nobody's got time for that. Our next stop was Winter Park, where we had just enough time to get out and stand in the snow.
What do you think of Colorado? Snowing in April, love it.
We found ourselves in Fraser Canyon, following the Fraser River. We made it to Granby, Colorado, the gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Just got an announcement. The train is, I believe the conductor said, pretty dang near full, with 200 passengers on board. It's really exciting to see Amtrak coming back. This is a wonderful way to see the country, a wonderful way to get across the country.